Welcome, one and all, to this IVRL stream. A little bit of a delayed match between Dark Matter and Pantheon. It should be a good matchup between these two high-ranked teams. See what they can bring today. A bit of a weird one with a delay on this match, but nonetheless, we should get some good action. Joined today by my co-caster, James Boak. It goes, and map number one to start this this battle off is going to be Shipyard. Let's throw that right up there on the screen. Boom, Shipyard. So this is a custom map by Kois. We've seen it several times before in custom map tournaments all over the place. I believe it might have been, it was in the Summer Showdown, wasn't it? Hey, I wasn't the one who has to remember. You're the one that has to remember. Rusty. Yeah, we're one way or another though, we should see some good action. And either way, this is a map that we've seen before. Very interesting one. I think that there's a lot of really set meta spots. But also some opportunities for some counterplay, some snipers, some good rotations like on the boat, and all sorts of things that you can do. Yeah. For sure. And speaking of picks, let's go over the bans really quick. Throw that up there on the screen. We got a cargo ban. Or what were the bans there? I believe it was abandoned and kind of really just straight up comes down to that, right? I mean, cargo, smallest map that we have. Abandoned and Downfall, definitely pretty much the biggest. Kind of tied with Quarantine there, you could argue, but I think definitely Abandoned and Downfall fit that long range play. Right. But cargo and Subway. Why do you think they banned that over maybe like Suburbia? We're jumping into round number one. Teams are ready to go. The timer is about to go down, and the first round of this match is about to kick up here. Let's see what happens. We got some of the usual suspects from these teams, and Ramen there too. Had a little bit of trash talk in League Gen earlier, but we'll see what happens here. We got one kind of laying in the back there, looking long, trying to catch any peekers or people going through the middle there, while the rest of the team seems to be taking more of a bridge or boat approach, getting control of this middle building and then staging out from there. Oh. Got some good call outs from Absent Minded Professor here, trying to keep everybody aware of what's the enemy team is doing. always good to know because you know your team at different angles might have a better shot. Like Jester here, at a great angle to maybe pop out and try and catch somebody peeking from the roof and exposing themselves up there. Absolutely. I think that's probably a meta spot as well. Um, Good defensive spot, good rotations, and also pretty safe, keeping your back behind and you know keeping that unit between you and the enemy. Shot does ring out from. Ooh, Ramen kind of exposing himself here to the same angle that we saw. Who was that go down earlier? Matt? Was that Matt that went down? Nope. Ramen takes out Absent-Minded Professor there, catches him on a peak. Good pickup there, bringing this back to a 4v4. 3 minutes, 50 seconds left on the clock, so they have plenty of time to continue to try and get these picks, continue to make an opening for this final push. This objective in general is just kind of this one that needs a bit of setup, I'd say. Absolutely. Now, I sure hope it works. Yeah, I do. It's got some cover fire being laid down here. Maybe we're going to see the start of this push. Ramen here picking up that LMG and getting those shots down range. Just maybe trying to get their attention. Maybe trying to go to pick out of dual shock here. Could pay off here. You can see him moving around a little bit here, but not taking the bait entirely yet. Ooh, I'm really hoping for a peek from Jester. Maybe catching Ramen as he's sitting up there laying rounds out with no cover. Ooh, we might see this engagement here. You can see the gunshots ring out. Jester able to get that pickup. Good move from him. Gonna try a replay. No promises on this one. Nope. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Dr. Aqua, though, facing the wrong direction. Gets a kill herself, but not able to stop Jester as he peeks around that corner. Anthony getting that last pickup on Aqua Fighter. And Pantheon will pick up round number 1. It shouldn't be. I see you talking on my thing. Maybe they just want you to be talking more. I don't know. Let's jump quick intermission. I'll take a look. Oh, hello everyone. I think I've got that fixed. We're just going to have to wait and see. Please let us know if that does change. Yeah, it was just so on point. Unbelievable commentary. Yeah, like I was trying to talk and you just knew what was going to go on. Hopefully you can hear him. If not, we'll look at it. Again, just let us know. But here we go. We got a smoke coming out here, going through the skylights here. An interesting play by Mad Outdoors, trying to give him, get in a position without getting picked off from an early peak. You can definitely see. And Ramen is, look at what Ramen's doing. Ends up kind of in the same building here, but having this 2 in the center building is going to prove hard for the offense to really deal with it. And Anthony definitely wasn't ready for that, but doesn't get punished there. Yeah, Ramen does get that pickup onto Anthony. Kind of interesting. These attacks, or this attacking setup, there's not very much support. You do see DualShock and Jester kind of working together on the bridge here, but everyone else kind of spread out and separated. Do you have any thoughts on that might not be heard by the cast, but you should say anyway? Skinny gets a pickup onto Absent. This is a tough one to attack, I think. DualShock here trying to get a flash onto Ramen. Kind of it does look effective here. Ramen just kind of backing up here, but wary about these roofs there. Oh, but then he gets pinched by Matt and Ramen working together there. Rotated to the wrong spot, but Freak coming in for the double refrag. What a move from Freak. Win or die together. That's what it's about, right? Freak here, willing to go prone, I've noticed too. He's going to do whatever it takes to get those angles. Try and catch those players unaware. Yeah, for sure. And now we're seeing a bit of a rotation here. I don't know how I feel about this. The smokes are going and he's going to run out. And you need to get across, right? And with at least 3 up, he knows he got the 2 kills himself. He doesn't know if there's any other refrags here. I think he just needs to make it across while he still can. I hate Trip. Nope. And it's showing in the bottom right. I'm gonna have to just talk to old Tripper Rooney for that one. Dark Matter picks up a defensive win here, bringing this to a 1-1. And I'll be right back. Hello, everyone. I'm back here. A little bit of technical hiccups on the backside here. I'm not going to really be flying around for just a second. I'm going to try and get this audio going up for you guys, but for the meantime, I'll give you this nice overhead view of what's going on. But just please bear with me. Sorry about that again. Okay, hold on just a second here. Hopefully you're going to hear audio, but give me a second. Okay, hello everyone. We're back. Sorry for the hiccup there. Hopefully you hear game audio. Hopefully you hear James. Yeah. Yeah, if not, please again let us know. I'll cry and we'll work on from there. But we'll see what happens at the end of this round here. Dual shock here, coming up for a bit of a cheeky peek onto Aqua Fighter. Aqua though able to stop that, but does wander out of the smoke while healing herself, and unfortunately gets caught up by Anthony there, hungry for that repick. Matt. Yeah. Yep. There's so many options for the attacker here, and ultimately it should come from the roof. You have the power to peek over these little ledges, and they're almost always in this little corner where Anthony is too, is what I've noticed. It's just the best way to cover as many angles as possible, but you always end up exposing to the roof. So we'll just have to wait and see. I think Matt is maybe suspecting that Anthony, knowing that he's at such a disadvantage, that he might be going around roaming for a pick. But Anthony here just gonna hold stats, hopefully be able to get that flick on the Matt when he comes into view, whatever way he does choose. But I do think that Matt Outdoors does have the upper hand on this one. Choosing to go through what looks like the back door here. Anthony probably heard him too. Yeah, I think so. Whoa, shots ring out. It's watch from the front door. Oh, just misses the head there. Runs around the corner there. Tries to get it, but Anthony quite quick on the trigger. Able to get another point in Pantheon's favor. Yeah. Can you give us a rundown of what happened in that match there as I was dealing with technical? Well, if you were. looks like there was still another issue, and I don't think they heard you whatsoever. Or actually, maybe they heard you, but they didn't hear the game audio. Let's see. Let me double check that. Caster. Nope, they didn't hear. They didn't hear you at all.
Okay. Well, will they hear me now?
Hopefully.
All right. Okay, so I might be coming through now. This is going to be a check in 6 minutes from now. We think we found the problem. We think we found the problem. I definitely gave the whole summary of that last round in perfect detail because I definitely watched the whole thing.
Thanks, James. Thanks for that detailed rundown. You know, I would tell everyone what you said, but my memories are real shoddy, so not able to do that. But okay, technical issues aside, let's reset. Let's begin again, and let's see what these two teams are going to do here. Same objective here. Now on defense, Dark Matter pushing forward, quite forward with Mad Outdoors. Pretty meta spot though, going by these containers. Oh wow. Probably is meta. I don't know. Usually they go under the ramp, but that's a pretty sneaky spot.
Very, very sneaky. Oh, and a frag. Almost straight up. Doing nothing.
Interesting thing is it's such an angle that it'd be hard to see, but Anthony probably saw that. Should be aware of roughly where Matt is, and might be able to give some good call-outs to Absent, who could possibly get a shot down on him. Let's take a look. You can see he's peeking into blue building. Nope, not really. You're gonna able to get that look, unfortunately, unless Matt peeks. What do you think about this setup from either team? Choose your poison.
I think if they identify and just eliminate Matt's position, then it's obviously become a weaker defense. Will Cell's position is very common. Whether you can actually pick it off, it looks like depends how tall you are. Surely from Jewel Shock's position, you can see Will Cell. If he came back a bit.
Look.
Where I'm at now, should be on 2.
Yeah, but Will is just watching that spot pretty much like a hawk.
Watching there, you reckon?
Well, I see her laser hitting my face constantly.
Yes, the lasers.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. I think you got to be pretty tall to look over that, though.
That is quite a I just realized. Yep. There's some big sides on that ship. Well, I don't know what regulation sides are on a. What is this? A cargo container ship?
Sorry.
The sides on the ship.
Oh, just the sides. Okay.
The railings.
Okay. Some shots ringing out from Jester. Definitely seeing Pantheon here trying to get the high ground, trying to get those picks. But Dark Matter not really giving them very many shots. Jester, though, might be able to get a pickup on Zucchini, depending on what he does. But again, he's just kind of holding steady. He's letting them come forward in their kill boxes. And I think that's a big feature of this map, is that there's a lot of kill boxes and open areas that the defenders can use to their advantage to force how the battle turns out. How, force the attackers to do what they want.
Yeah, one you often see is someone I haven't played this map in a long time.
Oh,
one you often see is
fell off. He almost pulled a James. Nope, he doesn't want to do it. All right, the attack.
No, to pull a James, you have to run right off the side of the ship within the first 3 seconds of the round.
Some good fighting going on here, but Dark Matter will come out ahead, getting 2 kills on Pantheon. Pantheon loses yet another in Dual Shock. And this attack is now blunted. It only has 2 attackers, both of kind of the people on the far back. Jester able to get a refrag, or at least a down onto Will.
Well, Matt's been able to rotate twice now, out of position, and they won't be ready for this. Absent-minded should get picked off here. No, he has seen him.
Oh,
yep, Absent-minded's gone. Yep.
Just the last bullet able to get nick that headshot. And now he's in a great position to maybe shoot Jester here. Jester completely exposed, but realizes his error, pulls out away and out of that danger zone. But right here, he's exposing and gets away. What do you think
Matt,
right now if you're Jester?
oh, it's probably a lost cause. Let's be honest. You have to deal with Matt, and that's the problem. If Matt stays tucked and just wastes the time, then Jester can't really move on without dealing with him, and Jester gets very stuck.
Oh,
If Matt exposes too quickly and Jester can pick him off, then it becomes a lot easier to attack. Oh, there it is.
there we go. Matt able to pick up the win there with a cheeky rotation, mid game, late game, whatever you want to call it, and get another win for Dark Matter. This has been very back and forth between these two teams. And we got the ship objective for the next one. This one should be, I think, a departure. This is the one that I think you, James, especially feel is quite attacker heavy. Is that right?
Yeah, I think we've had the two more defensible objectives, being the ones at each end of the map. This one is hard to defend, especially with 1 or 2 up. There's lots of approaches for the attack to get on objective and even cap. We saw I'm not sure when it was, but we've seen Kai play smoke heavy on this. I believe it was Kai, and cap in smoke on this objective with multiple defenders up. Oh, I'm coming through on the cast. I can hear myself.
Excellent. We have liftoff. Thank you to my back-end technical team, my little gremlins or elves, whatever you want to call them, helping me out, getting this all set up and ready to go.
Apparently, I'm very loud. Is the only thing.
Yeah, you're probably pretty loud. Let's fix that. We didn't hear you at all. We just had to kind of, back it up, hear a little bit of you, a little bit more, because we miss you for so much of that cast,
Mm-hmm. Now that their ears are bleeding, we'll go into this next round with maybe some more reasonable talking.
You don't have to worry about that. So, wasn't able to get it quite set up as much as we want, but it looks like we got a round reset here. But see quite a good kill spread from both of these teams. Everyone pulling their weight, using those different angles in order to defend the objectives. It's definitely a bit of a trial. Like everyone has to do their part to cover their specific angles, and if they're able to do that, the defense is extremely hard to crack, no matter what team is attacking, what kind of strategies that you do perform. But
can you yep, nicely done. He picked up on it. I was just about to say mono the overlay, but he got right into it.
It's fine. It's fine. There was a reset. Sometimes we gotta wait to see what happens here. Dual shock popping down into this lower kind of cargo area just in time before the attackers got him up on the roof with him. We'll be able to pop up and kind of shoot over the top, but not very much. It's a little bit high for most players. But a good spot to maybe get, kind of a pick onto someone like Ramen if they overexpose over on the roof.
Yeah, it's become quite a used spot because of how protected it is. So hopefully depending on who you're going for, but it might be a spot which Dark Matter to check. Ooh, big pick.
Able to get a pickup in the back area there.
Was it? No, I think it's on the front of the boat. Yep, the bow.
Yeah. Well, it's like the back for the defenders, but that's where the defenders were.
Oh yeah.
Ramen able to get another pickup from the roof there.
Gamer, are you getting pushed?
And this becomes very hard to defend now. I think the main thing for Pantheon is you can hold tight with 3, but they need to be able to, with 2, they need to be able to react to make sure they have their subjective lockdown. Because at the moment, there could be someone coming along the boat, undetected and capping. There is no absent-minded now rotating, but there isn't technically cover of the objective.
There like never was. They were everywhere but the objective. They were going for
Well,
more
they
of
had, they
a.
had two pushed out to the west at the bow of the boat, who could have identified that push along the boat, but as soon as they went down, that rotation needed to occur. It now is occurring, which is good.
So lucky
but
though.
but now the attack with 5 up, they can just encircle. Ramen can just down himself. As we said before the match, we don't even have to say anything. All we have to do is just put the camera on Ramen and something will happen.
The radio's in the air, though. I wonder if...
Will getting a revive on his stats.
Zucchini picking up Absinthe there. It's pretty much a done deal for this defense. There's no way that one player is going to stop 5, but you never know,
if he
right?
passes off, this would be epic. I
right
would not bet on it at all, but...
Look, they're going for the cap. They could just throw lives in there, but like, okay, you try and cap, and you try and cap.
This is the problem for Jewel. You can't clear these smokes.
Yeah,
are they going to try? Oh,
no.
They should have tried for the cap, I reckon. They had the encirclement. Could have sacrificed 1 or 2 more lives.
So callous, James.
Especially if it's Ramen. Just send Ramen in there. Sorted.
Another pickup from Dark Matter. Again, neck and neck, 1 point to 1 each time. And
I think every objective so far has gone the way of the objective bias, though. So we have had defensive wins for the first 2 objective, which were more defensible, and then an offensive win on this objective. I think this round here will be the telling one, because I don't think it's as even-sided. I think defending this objective will play well into Dark Matter's style of being more pushed out and having surprise lines by Mad Outdoors and Ramen. So I think this might be the one where the tide turns, and I think Dark Matter may also get the defense on this. I'm trying to predict it before the round.
Good predictions, I would say. I definitely would have to agree. I think we're going to see a push out from Dark Matter, very similar to Pantheon. But the thing is, both of these teams are going to probably be ready for the same kind of pushes that they themselves do, right? So if you play a line...
Dark Matter have been executing their push-out defenses slightly better. You could see how well, especially that first defense, you saw how well Ramen and Mad Outdoors worked together. They had a planned out positions, they moved together, and they covered each other. So be interesting to see what happens here.
Definitely so. Let's jump into the next round here and see if we're going to break the cycle or if it's just going to be more of the same and we're going to end up in a 3-3, which could be sudden death at that point from a cap.
All right, going into our regular round of feedback from the Twitch chat. In-game audio could be a little bit louder, and can we please jump into the round? Oh wait, no, that's me just looking at the Twitch screen. So they're saying that in-game audio could be a little bit louder, just as a feedback for the end of next round.
I feel that's a little picky, but we can take a look at it. Ramen here getting a little bit peaky there, trying to take a duel with dual shock there. No pun intended there, and neither player comes out ahead. And now Ramen's going to rotate, knowing that Matt is there to protect him.
Definitely. Look, that movement is the difference there. He didn't over-push the line, and he rotated back. This frag could be on point. Oh no, it's gone a bit far.
It's not on the point. The point's back further on the ship, James. Trade coming out. Ramen, though, going to be out for the count, while Dual Shock will be revived there. Coming out ahead there. Zucchini able to get a pickup onto Jester.
Matt needs to... If they don't deal with Matt before going past, Matt could pivot and rotate on really well here. But he needs to react appropriately.
It's not happening.
He needs to do it.
He's worried about absent-minded Professor. Will coming down for a very aggressive push down. Coming from the roof.
Down only, though.
Oh, no. Now, Dark Matter kind of in a tough spot there. Aqua able to get a pickup with a 104, and Anthony is on
Cap
objective.
is on.
The cap is definitely on. Anthony's got the tablet out. No time wasted. Zucchini and Matt
Woo!
completely out of position to stop this cap, and Pantheon will come out ahead with 2 points.
That could have... I feel that could have gone completely the other way if Matt had rotated back. I know that he had
agree.
absent-minded on him. It needed to... He needed to do that reaction as they came along the boat, along the ship. When Ramen got picked, he needed to be thinking about that rotation back. He could have taken them from the side, and I think that would have been the difference. He would have taken them from the side about the exact time that Will came over the top, and yeah, I think that would have been the difference. But Pantheon, 2 points. So they started with the Volk advantage, which, because it's not their map, and now they've taken a cap. So they're definitely well ahead, and this could be match point. Sorry, not match point, map point.
Map point, for sure. I've increased the audio here. Hopefully that works for you guys. Let me know. I never had anyone say that Onward was too quiet in my cast, but I guess there's a first for everything. I increased it a lot. So we'll see how that goes. Probably too much.
This is good. We're a bit rusty, but we'll get back into the swing of it, and we'll be able to cast together a few more times.
The last time I cast was the first time for IVRL, you know, so I don't know. Have some respect for the OGs.
Yeah.
And our old antiquated old man fart ways. But here we go. I need to turn music off too. Anyway, see what happens here. Any predictions for this one, James?
I'm worried after the last round.
You were worried,
I was so confident in my prediction, and I feel like it could have come true, but I've been let down.
Let down. I mean, you can't control the players, right?
No. I think Dark Matter can win this round. I'm gonna go for Dark Matter winning this round.
Well, that's a good first start.
A lot more in their favor now. Jess is going to be a key position here, I think.
I think they know about it, but he nearly
Whoa.
dies absent there.
That's a
I
tight
like
line
how
from
well
absent.
Pantheon knew where his teammate was, and he knew where to look to possibly get that refrag, and he took that chance, nearly got it, and now Ramen is definitely stuck in place as Jester comes around the back. Here's the movement. Ramen is ready for him. The trade comes out.
This time they're both dead. Will does call it out. Says it sounds like a trade. She was correct.
But she doesn't know that. And if she really wants to know, she has to rotate up there, and that's quite dangerous. How do you feel about having a possibly exposed person or a defender in your midst, but up on the high ground and able to look down on your friendlies?
Judging by the attack, they feel pretty relaxed by it. Matt Outdoors just sitting there, so I think they're pretty confident that it was a trade.
I mean, she said it, right? You gotta trust.
Yep. That's what. There's something in that. If you could get really good at just firing the exact amount of bullets to kill someone, not fire anymore, so that sounds like a trade, then.
And then don't move, don't do anything, just wait.
All right.
You're like, hold my breath, make no sound.
Looks like Ramen did communicate absent-minded's position before trading, so Will, they're just checking it.
They definitely know about it. Zucchini did call him out, able to get the pickup on Anthony, who was doing a bit of a rotation there.
This will force some rotations too. Could result in more picks. Yeah, they definitely know about second floor blue room. They could just forget about absent and go for this cap.
Ooh, Will with an accurate shot gets absent-minded professor in the second floor. Oh, Zucchini's dead. Smoke is on objective now. Dual Shock is trying to throw him away. Get out of here. No one needs your smokes. Oh.
Oh, no.
Aqua will know that he's there on objective now.
I think previously could have gone for a cap with 3 up. Now with 2 up, I think it's worth them just going for the kill here.
They have time too. They don't have to overexpose here. Ooh, Aqua does go down, but is resable. He's so worried about the cap though that he doesn't go for the
Wow.
confirm. Shots ring out. Neither of these. What?
I think
What
the
happened there?
The flash got him, I think.
Oh, what a tense 1v1 we got here. Both players know where the other is. DualShock going for the rotation, but Will is watching on the backside, but DualShock, what an upset. Coming from a 1v2 or 1v3 even, and taking
1v4,
it a
1v4.
1v4.
He took the last 4 out.
My gosh.
He took Zucchini Zhang underneath the blue room. Matt Outdoor pushing, getting a little bit too focused on the objective. Then Aquafighter probably in a similar sort of position. And then that last one on Will. 1v4 clutch to get the map.
Can you break?
Yeah.
Can you break that round down for us from the start?
Well, initially, it was a pretty clinical attack by Dark Matter, I feel. They communicated well. They got their picks. They talked about all the picks they got. And they moved to have a good encirclement. However, I think they just got a little bit too focused on trying to get a cap back. After that previous round, obviously getting capped on. And the dynamic defense by DualShock just tore them apart one by one. They didn't have the lines to refrag on him, and he rotated perfectly. And they became 4 one-on-one encounters rather than anything where it was a 2-on-1 with any sort of refrag. In that sort of situation, if they're looking for the 1 point, probably sitting back a little bit more and just waiting for that rotation to occur and picking it off, because the defender has to rotate. Certainly after you put smokes on the objective, the defender's going to rotate. There was a critical pick which could have occurred at one point as DualShock crossed the line and Will did fire onto DualShock. Unfortunately for Dark Matter, that pick did not result, and we know the result of that encounter. We do need to switch lobbies as a note. So
yeah. Hold on, guys. I'm going to jump into a quick intermission, and I'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. We're about to get started again. We're already good to go. Map 2 in Snow Peak. A bit of a longer range map here. Kind of an interesting choice, but something that I think that Dark Matter was kind of scared of, in a way. Maybe scared isn't the right word, but what they didn't want to see.
Probably, certainly these outside objectives, but one thing which I do like about Snow Peak, and maybe what Dark Matter will be more keen on, is the variety. There are some inside objectives. Even on these outside ones, there are some good ambush spots, as you see Zucchini, Zhang, and Ramen pushing out to. Yeah. Sorry, Mono, I'm just going to request one thing, that you share your view, so I can remind you if anything happens. That's all.
There we go.
Thank you.
And let's see what's going to go on. This is going to be a bit of a slower gameplay. We're going to have to see a little bit more rotations from these players, checking these different angles, creating those offensive lines to come in. And this is definitely one of those objectives where you do need to do that. I think it's one of the most dangerous ones to approach.
Especially with the spawn which Pantheon got there. They got the spawn, which I would say the crappy spawn, the one in the southeast corner. There are ones in the northeast and the southwest, which you can get early lines to lock down these rotations. In the southeast, they can rotate to anywhere pretty much, as you've seen. Ramen, they're not thinking about what's behind him. Freak getting the pick off.
He was actually very exposed on his rotation back as well, running from the attacking team. They actually had a drone too. They were shooting that down early. That was the first bout of gunfire that we did here. Took that out, and then he ran for the hills.
Ran for the hills. So Zucchini spot is going to be the major one, which the attack needs to deal with before thinking about. I think this is
a good spot.
It's a great spot.
Yeah.
There are approaches to take it out. However, you got to first realize he's there. Other than that, I think the defensive spots are pretty common and can be dealt with sort of one at a time. You can deal with Matt's spot, an Esco spot, and then just Aqua on objective. Time is going to be, I think, a major factor here. Pantheon need to make sure that they leave enough time to do their final approach and allow for some change in that approach vector. Zucchini with the pick. Beautiful.
Sorry there, I accidentally hit my mouse. And Zucchini able to get that pick up, like you said. A risky pick, though. There's good angles to attack from and look down on the position that Zucchini has. Continues to peek there. Just to confirm. But he's got to worry here. Absent is coming around the corner here, and he's got so many angles to watch. And he's about to be spotted by Absent if he continues this line. But Zucchini is just like an android, man. He's just like right on target, ready to go. But he can't stop 3, and Anthony able to come around, get that frag, but not before the damage has already been dealt. Two people killed? 3 people killed?
If the attack worked together here...
Let's see.
He got 2, I believe, and Ramen
No, he got 3. He killed 3.
He got 3?
He killed 3 and wasted like 2 or 3 minutes of their time.
Yeah, that's critical. I think the wasting of time is probably one of the more important things there. But to attack these 3 defenders in this position, the attack could deal with them as a quite known positions, and that Pantheon chose this map, which probably indicates that they do know this map and they do know some of those positions which are used or are meta.
Freak here is beginning his push. Anthony pushing on the false side of the hill here. Both of these players moving in together. Esco has not been taken out there. Oh, but Freak is able to pick him up. Anthony also gets one as well. They are pushing in hard and fast. Both of these players not daunted by that lack of kills there. Freak picks up, finishes off Esco, and now it's just Aquafire. And I think Dark Matter may have had a live drop. Is that the
no, they
case?
both got Matt and Freak got Matt and Esco got taken out at the same time. They were dead before there was a drop.
Oh.
Ramen's dropped, but not live. Yeah, that's the thing. Dark Matter had the spots, and Panther knew those spots, and they just took them out one at a time. Or in the case of Matt and Esco at exactly the same time.
It was all going so well for dark matter there at the beginning.
Yeah, I think what they could have done was maybe Matt's position could have been maybe out on the hill instead, or a bit more pushed out, or even in a supporting position on objective with Aqua. I think they were a little bit too separated as a three-person defense there, and they, as you saw, they couldn't get picked off one at a time.
Yeah, definitely some good just shooting and movement from Pantheon as well. With only 2 up, both of these players knew exactly when to push in. They were well timed, and they knew where to look as well as they came in. They checked those angles as they exposed to each angle as best as they could, and with a good trigger finger, definitely seeing that when I was watching Freak moving up, took out Esco, kind of in that meta back hill spot. Perfect shot from him. I don't even think Esco had a chance to fire back. Able to continue pushing in, putting the pressure on, and it was really interesting too. He didn't just push in towards objective. He actually waited for Anthony to continue pushing and get into position on his side so they could do a pincer movement and force the defenders to actually expose, and that's exactly what happened, giving them the point.
Yeah, it was good teamwork last 2 there.
But for now, guys, we're seeing a timeout from one of the teams here. We're going to jump into intermission as they do. And as soon as the action starts, we're going to just jump right back into the action. So do stay with us. And while we have a moment, I just want to apologize for the technical issues there. Should be smooth sailing for the rest of the cast. Any feedback on volumes, anything else, please let us know. Feel free to say how much I suck. That's okay too. But we'll be right back with you.
Be aware that Mono does know how much he sucks.
I'm aware. But we'll be back. Welcome back, guys. Still waiting on these teams to be readied up and good to go. Still missing one player from one of these teams, but as soon as they get in, I'm sure we'll be starting, as the timer should be ticking down on the time that they're allowed to use in their timeout. And then we'll be back at it again. Same north objective, this time on attack for Dark Matter. Any thoughts on the game so far, or maybe on the next objective, James? Dealer's pick?
Game so far, I think. I think you saw it on Shipyard. I think those last 2 rounds potentially slipped through Dark Matter's fingers a little bit. Could have gone the other way. On the last attack on this objective by Pantheon, it was just clinical execution. It was cool. I said pretty early, as long as they dealt with Zucchini, the other spots were pretty well known, and a team which chose this map should know about them, and they did. Freak getting 3 kills, Anthony getting the other 2, taking out everyone on the map. Definitely knew the map. Dark Matter here, I don't know how well they know this map. It has been around for a while. I think there's some lines on attack which might indicate whether they know this map straight out of spawn, whether they take certain lines to hold and stop the defenders rotating out. I can't call how this objective is going to go. I feel like Pantheon will successfully defend this objective, and then it will come down to which other objectives come up. I think if we get the inside 2 objectives, they can become a much more attacking bias and potential cap points to swing the map back in the favor of Dark Matter, or seal it out for Pantheon even. But I feel like this objective, if I were to call it, Pantheon would take the defense. Looks like we're jumping into it now.
All right. Yeah. Let's see how it goes here. Hackers get the south spawn. Which spawn do you prefer, by the way, for this objective?
Northeast by far.
Okay.
Yeah, south. This is my second preferred objective because you can get some early lines. Looks like Matt and Ramen will be trying to work to get those early lines.
Let's take a look at what they do. Some shots already ringing out from the likes of Ramen up on the cliff. Not able to get that pick, but will be able to see where they go. Information is king. He's going to continue rotating, and it's quite aggressive, by the way, these pushes from these teams. He's already peeking here in Jester, in such a great position to try and stop that rotation, and you can see that the fire raining out from him, that it's not going to be easy to get across.
The one thing which Ramen shooting has allowed is Freak is confident on the spawn of the attack and is now able to push all the way out to the supply building. And this spot, whilst relatively common and one which attacks will check often, if unchecked, can be devastating. You get a great line across the lake, and also a great line on any attacks coming through this sort of approach to the southeast of the objective, which is probably one of the more common attacking approaches.
Definitely the case here, and you can see Esco pushing up. I'm not sure if he's going to be ready from the likes of Freak. Oh, Aqua isn't. Esco now is going to be wondering what the hell happened to her. I didn't get shot. But that's just kind of how Onward works, right? And we can already see a rotation from Freak. He's opting to immediately abandon his position and come back towards the objective, continually keeping the attackers guessing.
I like it, especially with Dual Shock there. Like, he can rotate knowing that Dual Shock sort of can cover his back a little bit, and now the attackers have to deal with him. They don't know he's rotated. They have to divert and take the supply building control. So, and he's able to help Dual Shock out.
Yeah, Dual Shock had no problems giving away his position to Zucchini, knowing that Freak would probably kill him while Zucchini looked for him. But now Zucchini is pretty much stuck in the bunker. If he comes out, Freak could take him out. Little does he know that Freak has rotated. But then came back. Let him know he's there with a good couple shots to be fair about it, right? Oh,
Is Matt
zucchini.
able to? Matt can technically see
Where's that man?
DualShock. Matt, oh no, he can't quite see DualShock yet. Matt will be able to see DualShock across the lake. However, DualShock is almost exactly the same color as the Hesco behind him, so very hard to spot across the lake. As you will have heard on cast, Zucchini Zhang there saying, "Where is this defense?" And
Where's this man, James?
where is this man?
That's
Where
what
is
he
this
said.
defense? Same. Oh, rotation. One too far by Freak. No. Esco
Oh.
missing the shots. Flash time. Nope. C4.
C4 right on your own position time.
Yep. That would have been perfect flash time.
DualShock able to pick up Ramen, and
wow.
Freak will get Esco. Let's jump back over to the Zucchini Chronicles. See what happens here. It looks like he's going to get that pickup, but maybe little does he know. Just him left. One pickup available, but
He's getting
all the way
rotated
across
from
the
behind.
lake.
Freak is coming up behind him.
Oh boy. I'm sorry, poor boy. I think it's over for you. And it is. Pantheon takes another point.
Start shit again.
Bit of
Yeah,
a celebration.
Bit of good map knowledge there from Pantheon. One rotation, which was maybe a rotation too far, where Esco could have taken out Freak. Other than that, the rotations were perfect. The defensive setup. They lost one early, I believe, and then they just held it down from there. Oh, and not sure if I'm going to give too much away, but it's the other outside hangar objective. Probably the objective which Dark Matter do not want to see.
Oh no. When it rains, it pours, right?
Yeah.
This is what I think when we get all the outside objectives, or what I did think.
I don't know. I quite like this objective. Obviously, in our last match with you, Mono, I know we shouldn't talk about our matches too much, but I just do want to bring up. You tried something new. It worked out perfectly for us, but maybe not so well for you. We got to see you die rapidly, and you got to watch from the tent. So,
I'm not proud of those moments.
Pantheon here have gotten probably one of the preferred. So again, there's one spawn which I don't like, which is in the garage, which is offset back, and then there's two other spawns which you can get some early lines. This one here, and then there's another one somewhere near the bunker sort of region, I believe, just to the east of the bunker, I think, where you can lock down early lines, stop the push out.
Be ready for aggressiveness.
If you get that garage spawn, you feel a little bit hard done by, in my opinion. Defensive wise, pretty tucked, using the backside of the hills.
Pretty standard.
Pretty standard. The hills are quite common to use the backside of the hill, the defensive side of the hills. However, Pantheon will know that, and Pantheon will probably be expecting that. You often see defense on the backside of this hill, which, wow, good pick. Headshot. Great frag. Oh, too much. Not enough cooking. Not enough cooking.
Yeah, not enough time in the oven. Oh.
No, again, not enough cooking.
Oh no. That APC.
It's raw. It's raw, I tell you.
No, they weren't. They were nowhere near us. What do you mean? Stop telling them.
Mad Outdoors is a great frag thrower. In that case, they're maybe not quite knowing the length he needed to throw and just undercooking it slightly. Often you see some great throws by Matt, though.
Just want to start the point out of this push by Freak. We got the ice snake, little known and little seen, but he's continuing on. Snipper snake
very low.
Yeah, as low as he possibly can go. Something we see from Freak quite often, but we'll be back. We'll be back to this in like 2 minutes.
In a couple of minutes,
see how it goes.
3 minutes.
Yep.
See if he's moved. I'm trying to see what you gain here over being prone over crouched, other than hurting your neck.
Making you feel old. That's worth it to me.
True.
I can see Zucchini had a bit of a gunfight with Jester, not able to pick him up. Mad Outdoors gets a trade with Anthony. Ultimately, I think playing into the attacker's favor. Definitely want more bodies up on this objective, I'd say.
I would be in agreement. I think when you get down to 3 defenders on this objective, gets a bit tight. There are a lot of approaches. This approach along the lake by Freak can really get you behind the attackers if you do actually get there before the clock runs out. Which at this rate, it might not occur. And then the attack in the south, once you've only got 1 defender up in the south, you can only put 1 defender watching it. The attack gets a bit more advantageous.
Look at
So we have-
DualShock. Whoa. Neither player coming out ahead on this engagement. Both
Looks like
getting their
Absent
reloads
Minded
in.
will eventually join up with Freak for this attack. He's got the long
Someday.
gun. He's in the north. I would imagine he's going to cross the lake and join up with Freak once Freak has cleared that tower area. And then you'll have a good pincer 2v2. The south attack is probably a little bit too offset forward at the moment. However, they're getting picks, so they're doing their job.
Now DualShock is going to try and challenge Zucchini. Flash
Good
very high
flash.
up, but I do think gets him. And DualShock
Yeah.
continues forward, just catches Zucchini, coming around the box, not able to get him. Zucchini, though, able to come around there in a nice jousting movement, getting DualShock and putting an end to his reign of terror. Confirm comes out and bringing this to a 3v2.
This is exactly what Pantheon don't want. They don't want their south defense to get completely eliminated before their north attack comes in. So their south attack. They want to be able to pincer in on this. Freak is on objective, though.
Whoa.
Yep, Freak is
Oh,
on
oh.
objective.
No, he's not. Not anymore.
And again, a little bit too offset, maybe. Looking for glory. It did come
Glory.
up on Shipyard.
Now we can see Jester here coming a little bit slower here, trying to catch those rotations, just narrowly missing Zucchini behind the helicopter. Going to continue forward here, keeping low. Maybe even looking under the helicopter. I wouldn't put it past him to try and see if he could get a cheeky peek there. And
he get a cheeky cap. He could get a cheeky cap if Zucchini doesn't
cheeky.
check under. Because Zach was... Oh.
Now
Now
we're
Zucchini
going to
has-
probably see rotation. He's thrown his gun down. He is committed to this cap. Tablet is out. Zucchini is not rotating very
There's his-
quickly, and Jester able to get that pickup.
Great
Second
reaction on
cap
the
of the
kill
day.
to get the cap. Zucchini, again, I believe he was up on Shipyard as well. I don't think he was in the position. He was the one who needed to rotate on Shipyard, though. I've said this internally in Mayhem, and I've probably said to other people. I think the most dangerous time for a cap is when you got 2 up. When you got 2 up, the second person needs to be able to see objective within 3 to 5 seconds. Any longer than that, and the pick and cap can occur. So your 2-up defense has to be able to. Either of the defenders needs to be watching the objective, and then the other one needs to be able to clear the objective within 3 to 5 seconds. That's the amount of time it takes for the shots for the pick, the attacker to then realize, oh, the pick has occurred, make that final movement to objective, and then cap. When it's one up, they get their pick, the round's over. It's only 1 point. 2-up defense, super dangerous. So Dark Matter have gotten the spawn, which is less preferred, the garage one.
Or Dark Matter, man.
Yeah. Good
But
6 to 4 there.
That's the dice that you're dealt sometimes, right? You guys
It happened
gotta
for the
play
north.
through.
Did it happen for the north objective too? No, they got the nicer spawn for the
No.
north objective.
Yeah,
so
they
it's,
got-
it's
yeah.
it's come around on them a little bit.
Might get an early pick from Zucchini. Looks like there will be no early peaks from Pantheon. Everyone's just getting into their position. And the most interesting one is Freak. Again, kind of going for this rotated out, ambushy kind of position.
Live on
Yeah, they need to. No, they need to deal with this before doing too much.
Oh, he called the kill.
He did. He got a kill.
He said -1.
got
Not
a
sure
kill.
if. Not sure if he. Yeah, I'm not sure if he meant. What he meant, but let's jump back to Ram and see what happened. Oh, look at Freak! Insta kill with the C4.
Whoa, is he going to do one
Oh.
too many? Yes, this time
Yeah,
Esco
dude.
does take him out. Unlike last time, he just did that one too many push. There, maybe rotating back in and tucking on the bunker and forcing the attackers to deal with him could have been a better move.
Aqua trying to shoot through the bottom of this tower, not able to pick up Jester though, who is staying
These
on the
stairs, I
stairs, staying
believe,
safe.
are not penetrable. You can pick off the person on the stairs from the north. However, you have to send someone with a rifle capable of seeing him all the way to the northwest tower, and then I think you can look across and see those stairs.
You see from Esco's position, he does have an angle to at least suppress and maybe take out Jester. He's definitely exposed. But it might be a little bit of a, if he pushes out just a little bit up the hill there.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that's kind of where Jester's
aware
looking.
of this angle. Yeah, he's aware of this angle. He knows he's protected to the southeast approach, and he's just watching that bunker direction. And he's watching where Zucchini is now.
Oh,
Yep.
it's gotten a lot of picks there. I would like to see a rotation. It's quite a danger area. And you know that your bunker's guy's dead, so you got to start thinking about what you're exposing to. We'll just have to see if Esco decides to take the shot, and it looks like he will not. Man, Pantheon's got Dark Matter's number. Really good angles and catching them off guard. Now it's just down to Aqua.
So call out from Absent Minded Professor just there saying should be D2 at least, maybe even D1. I assume that means that there's 2 or 1 attackers remaining, and that is a correct call out. There is 1 attacker remaining. Big ask for Aqua here, trying to push onto Jester.
Jester's
Jester
really
is
peeking.
overexposing. Oh, but gets the win.
The glory,
map.
man. The glory.
And the match. Wow.
And there you have it. Pantheon picks up the last map, commanding 5-0. Definitely, I think we can accurately say this was the map that Dark Matter wasn't wanting to see, specifically due to it being a little bit more long-range favored. There's a couple of objectives that would... Yeah, I think that if they got the inner objectives, I think Dark Matter would have been much more at home. But having to play these outside objectives are quite tough, and playing them back to back, you really got to deal with those like early lines that we saw Pantheon take, those really good pushed out positions that they were able to get to. A tough one for Dark Matter.
Yeah, I think once that cap occurred, the writing was on the wall there. Maybe, and you could see in the defensive positioning that Aqua and Zucchini were working as individuals to defend that objective, and it resulted in Aqua overexposing and having to peek out often. Whereas if they'd maybe known the map a bit better, they could have had lines which were complementary and could have resulted in less peeking and less exposure to the attackers. Yeah. Harsh one for Dark Matter on Snowpeak, I think, but you could tell why Pantheon had picked that map. Clinical performance. Freak with 8 kills. Jester with a cap and getting that final kill there. Of note also that first round, Freak and Anthony working really well together. I think that attack...
That was beautiful.
was beautiful.
I
like,
want to chime
that's
in
one of
for
the
that.
most defendable objectives on this map, I feel.
I think it is, yeah.
Yeah, that attack just was brutal. Especially when it looked like Dark Matter had it initially. They got their first 3 kills, or 3 out of I think they lost 1, but they had 3 kills above that. And then, yeah, just the comeback by Anthony and Freak just to wipe their way through the final 4, was brutal.
Definitely.
So that
all
was
true.
Was that 8 points in a row for Pantheon?
Sounds about right. I think those caps really skewed it. Maybe put Dark Matter on the back foot there, made them play a little bit more defensive than they're used to. And I think that Freak's flanks were, frankly, some of them were really, really aggressive.
Yeah, there
really
were a couple
aggressive
of crossing
flakes.
lines where Any other day, it could have gone another way.
Yeah.
But they came off for him. On that last round, that didn't. But, well, he'd already picked off 2.
Call that a win?
Yeah. But if they'd gotten a different spawn, like if they'd gotten the bunker spawn, then potentially he could have got picked up before he got to that location. If they'd gotten the closer south spawn, there are also some lines you can take. I still think the defender can get into that position, but your attack can be a bit more spread out and able to deal with those positions once the defender has established. Don't know what else to say. I think it was a great match to watch. Great performance by Pantheon, especially on Snow Peak. I think Dark Matter could have got Shipyard. Shipyard definitely could have gone Dark Matter's way.
It was blow for blow on Shipyard for the longest time. Once they got kind of the boat objective, which is I think where probably hands down most of the caps come out on that map, it just kind of slipped away, and that does happen. I think both of those 2 objectives, I think it was the boat and then it was the one outside the boat, right? Like the crane or whatever objective.
Yeah.
Both very hard to defend, and ultimately a commendable job. I think they were probably hoping for something more like Bizarre. I think would have played really well to their strengths. But anyway, it was a great match. This has been Mono and James casting this IVRL match between Pantheon and Dark Matter. Pantheon did come out ahead, taking the match. And hopefully we'll be seeing you guys later this week with some more casts. This one's a bit special as, again, it was just kind of a delayed match. But either way, I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening. Thank you, and have a good one.